Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got an amazing story full of funny moments and unexpected situations. If you're into lighthearted and entertaining content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. We're still a new channel, but thanks to your incredible support, we're growing super fast. Let's dive right into the video. A brief flashback reveals that his house burned down on his birthday, leaving him homeless. His father ran away, abandoning him to survive on his own as a young teenager. The protagonist collapses on the sidewalk, weak and starving. A mysterious woman finds him and starts questioning him casually while he struggles to respond. Back in the present, the woman keeps asking about his food preferences, her tone oddly casual and curious. Her posture adds to his embarrassment as she leans toward him. Now fed, the boy eagerly devours a simple meal, praising its taste. The woman watches with satisfaction, encouraging him to relax and take his time. During the meal, she notices food on his cheek and leans in to wipe it off without hesitation, causing an awkward moment that leaves the boy visibly flustered. Wandering down a hallway, he's lost in thought. Amazed by the size of the house, he questions where he is and who this strange host might be. He accidentally stumbles into a communal bath where several girls are relaxing. Stunned, he freezes as they react with a mix of teasing and laughter. The girls notice something about him and make comments that leave him mortified. He tries to escape the situation quickly, overwhelmed and confused. In the hallway, he nearly bumps into another girl. She seems surprised but friendly, addressing him casually. He attempts to explain himself but is cut off. The girl from the bath confronts him outside. Their gaze lingers in confusion, with palpable tension suggesting this encounter won't be the last. The boy is caught red-handed leaving the girl's bath. They're shocked, but he frantically tries to explain himself while one notices something odd on the floor. Things escalate when he accidentally ends up with his face in an awkward position. He struggles to react, making everything even more embarrassing. One of the girls falls on him in a comedic mess, causing more screams and chaos. He's utterly lost as the scene spirals out of control. The girls accuse him of several serious crimes, while seemingly enjoying his panic. He apologizes profusely, clearly horrified by the situation. He insists everything was an accident, but the girl with glasses remains stern, while another suggests not debating intentions for now. Things calm down momentarily, though tension lingers. He tries to clear up the misunderstanding as they keep a close eye on him. Now seated, he finally gets an explanation. He's in an all-girls dorm called the Dorm of Goddesses, and he seems to be the only boy there. The girls introduce themselves, each with distinct personalities. Some are more serious, while others clearly enjoy teasing. He's completely intimidated. Discussing his current situation, he reveals he has no money or place to stay. The girls, with no better options, size him up for a potential solution. The girl with glasses suggests he work there as the dorm mother to earn his stay. He's shocked but realizes it might be his only option. The girls explain the conditions for him to work as the dorm mother, emphasizing that lack of experience isn't a problem. He accepts, but something feels off. He tries to contain his excitement about staying at the dorm, but one of the girls bluntly refuses, creating an awkward atmosphere. The girl insists a boy can't be the dorm mother and bids him a cold farewell. He reflects on his short yet impactful stay. The girl insists a boy can't be the dorm mother and bids him a cold farewell. He reflects on his short yet impactful stay. The group leader, with a humorous tone, highlights her struggles with boys, while the protagonist tries to stay optimistic about the situation. Outside, he approaches the girl, apologizing and clarifying that he's not running away but searching for a place to belong. She begins to soften, allowing him to stay temporarily. Their conversation shifts to a more friendly tone. She reflects on his words, realizing her reactions might have been extreme. He feels he's starting to make progress. Back at the dorm, he tries to find a new way to fit in. She seems intrigued by his determination, while he contemplates his future. Despite the challenges, both begin to question their perspectives, with the girl considering his past struggles and him seeking a new purpose. The girl reflects on her need to protect herself. Meanwhile, the protagonist sits on a bench, battling the cold night and trying to stay awake. He thinks about the present moment and the girl, struggling not to fall asleep. Footsteps approach, and he realizes someone is coming. The girl returns, visibly concerned. She decides not to leave him alone and offers unexpected comfort. In an awkward moment, he accidentally touches her inappropriately. Both react with surprise and embarrassment. Amid the confusion, he tries to flee but is quickly stopped by one of the girls. The leader, laughing at the situation, acknowledges his good intentions. The girl who helped him decides to repay his efforts, making it clear that his determination didn't go unnoticed. He promises to do his best to prove himself. The group reflects on the girl's actions, concluding that, despite the difficulties, her gesture shows a beginning of acceptance. He realizes that, despite everything, he's found a home and a purpose. His work at the dorm begins, along with new challenges. As he cleans, he thinks about how recent events brought him here. The girls, despite their differences, start to see him as part of the group. He reflects on the past few days, feeling that everything happened so fast but knowing he's found something meaningful. He's ready for the next chapter. The protagonist reflects on being hired as the dorm mother, noting the chaotic situations he's already faced since his arrival. Determined, he decides to repay their kindness by working hard. While cleaning the second floor, he notices the area is messier than he expected. He encounters a mysterious door but is interrupted by one of the girls, who informs him Athena is away and redirects him to another task. Minerva, dressed casually, thanks him for taking out the trash and suggests he relax while he struggles to stay focused on the task. Minerva explains her outfit is for scientific experiments, but her reasoning only confuses him further. Embarrassed, he tries to leave the conversation. Exhausted, he wonders how he'll survive in an environment full of eccentric women. Still, he tries to adjust in some way. He's caught off guard by Fry, who dresses him in cosplay outfits, claiming he'll be her model. Embarrassed, he reluctantly complies. Fry reveals her hobby of creating and dressing people in clothes, seeing him as the perfect subject for her designs. He tries to protest but is ignored. While Fry adjusts his measurements, she proposes new outfits, and he begins to realize that each girl in the dorm has their own quirks. Fry insists on taking new measurements, making him even more uncomfortable. He concludes that his life at the dorm will be anything but peaceful. Fry hands the protagonist a measuring tape, asking him to measure her proportions. Embarrassed, he tries to refuse, but her insistence leaves him no choice. Hesitantly, he starts measuring her while she instructs him where to check. He struggles to maintain composure with her close proximity. Things go awry when he accidentally falls on her, escalating the awkwardness and tension between them. Amid the chaos, Minerva triggers an emergency by releasing a gas accidentally. Everyone panics as she tries to explain what happened. Despite the scare, others reassure Minerva, recognizing that such incidents are common for her. Fry light-heartedly brushes off the situation. The protagonist steps in and scolds Minerva for her carelessness, asking her to be more cautious. She, embarrassed, acknowledges her fault. He apologizes for being harsh, while Fry reassures him that it's good he voiced his concerns. They start to connect better. In a busy street, the protagonist feels self-conscious as people stare at him due to the clothes Fry made him wear, deepening his embarrassment. Fry and Minerva reflect on how the protagonist is changing the group dynamic, bringing a fresh perspective to them. As they talk about him, they realize he has brought a unique energy to the dorm and begin to see him as an important part of their group. The protagonist improvises a blanket for the girls, showcasing his ability to handle unexpected situations, a skill he learned from living on the streets. The girls are impressed. Fry and Minerva hug him, grateful for his gesture, acknowledging his resilience in adapting to the chaos of the dorm, despite calling it problematic. Fry expresses her hope that he stays in the dorm, leading to another comedic moment when Athena appears and faints again due to her exaggerated sensitivity. The next day, Kosher notices something odd about the other residents and begins to wonder what more awaits him in this peculiar place. Kiria, another resident, makes her entrance, admired by everyone on campus. Her strong personality draws attention, but she remains distant. Kiria is called the Queen of the Campus, but she downplays the title. Meanwhile, Celine comically interrupts the conversation with her clumsy antics. The dorm layout is shown again, detailing where each girl lives. Kosher reflects on his second night in the dorm and the challenges that lie ahead. At night, he thinks about talking to Kiria the next day but is interrupted when something unexpected happens to his ceiling. Kiria falls through the ceiling, apologizing for the incident. He tries to help her. As they both find themselves in an awkward and unexpected situation, she suggests that going down might be easier than climbing back up. Kosher, confused, decides to help her out of the peculiar situation as they stumble through the chaos. Kiria unexpectedly falls through the ceiling, landing on Kosher. Caught off guard, she quickly tries to recover while Kosher processes the bizarre situation. Both clumsily get up, with Kiria apologizing and promising to fix the ceiling. Kosher notices something on the floor, and Kiria hastily grabs a shoujo manga, embarrassed about revealing her love for romantic stories. Kiria explains that she grew up surrounded by martial arts and brothers, making her strong and skilled. However, her secret passion for cute manga seems at odds with her tough personality. Lost in her excitement, Kiria accidentally breaks a wall, demonstrating her strength. Kosher watches, trying to piece together the series of chaotic events. Without a place to sleep due to the hole in her room, Kiria asks to stay in Kosher's room for the night. Hesitant, he agrees while trying to understand her relaxed attitude. That night, Kiria tries to strike up a conversation, but her innocent intentions are awkwardly misinterpreted by Kosher. Despite this, they share a brief and odd moment of closeness. She suggests they spend more time talking, but her actions and words start to feel ambiguous, leaving Kosher unsure how to respond. He awkwardly tries to shift the topic. Suddenly, Kiria suggests they use their bodies to do something faster, causing a huge misunderstanding that visibly flusters Kosher. The atmosphere becomes even more confusing. Kiria peacefully falls asleep while Kosher remains awake, reflecting on how chaotic life has become since moving into the dormitory with these unique residents. In the end, Kosher contemplates how much his life has changed. Kiria, unintentionally, continues to baffle him with her bold and spontaneous personality. The girl and boy end up in a close, awkward position. She nervously explains how she used to play like this with her brothers, but he's left completely flustered and confused by the situation. Still tangled in the situation, the boy tries to pull away, thinking about how bizarre their position is. He eventually gives up, admitting he can't deal with it anymore. After the incident, she apologizes, clearly embarrassed, while he tries to brush it off, saying it's fine. He remarks about how people in this dorm are too vulnerable, which she chooses to ignore. She attempts to shift the tone, calling him cute, but he awkwardly reminds her that he's still a guy. The comment catches her off guard, making her even more flustered. Wanting to escape the moment, he decides to sleep somewhere else and expresses his discomfort. She questions his choice but eventually lets it go as he remains visibly unsettled. Before bed, he wishes her good night. She reflects on how simple yet impactful those words are, something she's never really heard before, leaving her deep in thought. Alone, she begins questioning her feelings and their dynamic, while he, elsewhere, reflects on the awkwardness of the day. Both seem emotionally confused. During the night, she struggles to sleep, still unsettled by the day's events. Meanwhile, he tries to ignore the situation but finds her lingering presence disturbing his peace. A noise disrupts the night, startling him awake as he tries to figure out what's happening. Meanwhile, she lies in her room, equally restless. The final scene shows the dorm under the moonlight. He senses something strange before she unexpectedly appears, adding tension and leaving the story open for further developments. At night, the boy wakes up and notices another girl, Celine, staring at him oddly. She mentions wanting him as her midnight snack, leaving him visibly confused and uneasy. Celine continues assessing the situation, mentioning Kiria's presence nearby. She comments on her role as a master, further puzzling the boy as he notices the damaged dormitory. Celine suggests he become her servant so she can use lunar technology to fix the wall. The boy, not fully understanding, reluctantly agrees, realizing it could solve the issue. Suddenly, Celine takes an unexpected step and kisses the boy, creating an intense moment and completely shifting the mood to something more awkward. The next morning, he wakes up confused, finding Celine in an odd pose, wearing something unusual. He struggles to piece together the events of the night before. As he tries to process the previous night, he finds the dormitory miraculously cleaned up, surprising everyone. He starts questioning if it was all just a dream. Later, other girls appear with various requests, ranging from training to help with experiments. Celine seems annoyed as she watches him interact with them. Celine observes the other girls getting close to the boy and questions when they all became so friendly with him. She notes that each of them had some private time with him. Annoyed, Celine asks him to cook something, surprising everyone since such a request seems out of character for her. The other girls react humorously. He decides to buy groceries and announces he'll cook for everyone. The girls are shocked and skeptical, as cooking is not something they expect him to do. The group decides the boy should buy groceries since the girls only have instant food in the dorm. As he prepares to leave, they discuss money, making him slightly frustrated. Before he can go, Athena appears, determined to join him. She insists on helping, wanting some alone time with him, which surprises the group. During the conversation, she brings up issues of trust and closeness with others, while he looks puzzled by her sudden attention. Things escalate as she clumsily gets too close to him physically, creating a comedic yet awkward moment. He's visibly flustered. After the incident, Athena apologizes, while the others watch amused. She explains it's not a fear of men, but rather difficult situations that unsettle her. Still, she remains determined to continue. On their way, Athena wears a mask, trying to stay low-key, but the boy notices her effort to act natural and asks if she's okay. While trying to avoid attention, Athena finds herself in an awkward situation when noticed by others. The boy tries to calm her down, bringing humor back into the scenario. Despite her struggles, she keeps going, and the boy reflects on how, even with her limitations, she keeps trying to overcome challenges, showing her strength. He decides to show his support, telling her he admires how she handles things. The comment catches her off guard, but she accepts it with gratitude, strengthening their bond. In the end, he recalls how he first met her in the dorm, mentioning how she was the one who helped him move forward. Athena realizes how much she means to him, ending the moment on a heartfelt note. Athena reflects on how she ran away in the past and was forgiven, which helped her lower her guard and face her personal challenges. She realizes this was crucial for her growth. At the market, Athena dramatically accuses the boy of seducing other girls, creating a humorous and chaotic situation. He tries to explain, but the scene quickly turns into a comedic mess. Another character joins the scene, adding to the light-hearted atmosphere as Athena continues acting unpredictably, creating comedic tension within the group. Athena feels vulnerable for having used all her resources to avoid embarrassment. She worries about losing control in public, leading to more funny moments. When Athena apologizes for her haste, she hugs the boy, creating a mix of emotions. Other characters watch, adding humor to the scene as they try to understand what's happening. Athena takes the boy to a specific place to rest. They enter a small internet cafe room, where she explains she uses it as a refuge when she needs to leave the city. Inside the room, the boy is surprised by the environment and tries to adjust to the situation. Athena, on the other hand, seems more confident and at ease. She begins to reflect on how her actions were impulsive, but the boy reassures her that there's no issue. This leads to a lighter conversation between them. Athena makes an unusual request, asking to be called sister again. The boy is confused but tries to oblige, resulting in a humorous and slightly awkward exchange. Finally, she insists he call her sister multiple times, varying the tone. The scene ends in a mix of humor and warmth, with the boy clearly baffled by her motivation but willing to play along. Athena feels confused as she experiences a new emotion, something she has never felt before. Korea and the others watch as she tries to process this unexpected feeling. She expresses her gratitude to the boy for protecting her earlier. She promises that if anything happens again, she'll be the one to protect him, creating a heartfelt moment between them. Trying to present herself as an older sister, Athena stands confidently, but her choice of attire puts her in an awkward situation that the boy struggles to handle. Things quickly spiral out of control as she tries to adjust her skirt, leading to increasingly embarrassing scenarios. Both desperately try to recover their composure. After a series of clumsy accidents, they end up in an even more compromising position. Despite this, they both try to act as if nothing happened. In a flashback, the boy reflects on how moments like these have been happening frequently. Athena apologizes for putting him in difficult situations every day. She thanks him for always being by her side, admitting that she initially had a mistaken view of him. Now, however, she understands and appreciates his kindness. The other girls begin noticing how the group's trust in the boy is growing. Athena, meanwhile, questions her role in the dorm and how she can contribute more. Back at the dorm, the group shares a meal, impressed by the boy's cooking skills. Everyone seems closer as they enjoy the moment together. In a casual conversation, the girls reflect on the boy's past, questioning what happened to his mother. He tries to avoid the topic, but they continue to show concern. Minerva tries to feed the boy in a provocative manner, while he, visibly uncomfortable, struggles to handle the situation. The other girls watch in shock. During an awkward moment, a drink spills, leaving Celine in an uncomfortable position. The boy tries to apologize, but the situation only becomes more embarrassing. Athena appears, outraged at what she perceives as a terrible influence on the boy. She declares it her duty to protect the dorm's environment from inappropriate behavior. Athena reaffirms her mission to uphold the dormitory's public morals, trying to take on the role of an older sister. Her determination receives mixed reactions from the group. In a comedic and familiar moment, the boy and Athena end up in yet another compromising position. The incident causes both of them to faint, leaving the other girls laughing at the absurdity. So, what did you think of today's video? I hope you had as much fun as I did. Don't forget to leave a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot and shows that you're enjoying the content. Thank you so much for your amazing support. We're growing together. And this is just the beginning. See you in the next video. Take care.